Good morning, I am Prabhu Benmarath, Assistant Professor, Department of CSE, BID CET, Vijaypur. In this video, I am going to discuss about selecting input models without data. That is, when the data is not available, when the system not yet existed. So, that time how to select a input data. What are the different ways for obtaining the initial information for the simulation, for building a input models, that we are going to discuss here, right. So, selecting the input models without data. So, unfortunately, it is often necessary in practice to develop the simulation model, right. So, perhaps it is required for demonstration purpose. Sometimes we need it for the demonstration purpose and for a preliminary studies before any process data are available. So, in this case the modeler must be resourceful in choosing an input model and must carefully check the sensitivity of the results to the chosen models, right. So, when the data is not available, when the process itself is not available, suppose if the modeler requires it for the demonstration purpose or for some preliminary study purpose, then he can obtain a data or he can build an input model from different ways here. So, there are number of ways to obtain the information about a process even if the data is not available. So, they are referring the engineering data, expert opinion, physical or conventional limitations and the nature of the process. So, these are the four ways by which a modeler can obtain a data for the process. So, let us discuss one by one. Engineering data. Often a product or process has performance rating provided by the manufacturer. So, for example, the mean time to failure of a disk drive, that is 1000 hours. So, let us consider another example, that is a laser printer can produce 8 pages per minute. The cutting speed of the tool is 1 meter per second. So, such a data is called as what here? Engineering data. So, by this data a modeler can come to the conclusion that some data is available here. He can understand what is the process which is involved, what is the speed of the process, what it requires, how much time it takes. That information he can obtain by referring the performance ratings provided by the manufacturers, right. So, company rules might specify time or production standards. These values provide a starting point for input modeling by fixing a central value. So, this is one of the way, that is by engineering data. The second one is expert opinion. So, talk to the people who are experienced in the process or similar processes. By them we can obtain some information. So, often they provide optimistic and pessimistic and most likely times. They might also able to say whether the process is nearly constant or highly variable. So, they might be able to define the source of variability. Such information can be obtained from the experts who are involved in a system, who are dealing with the system. And next is the physical or conventional limitations. So, most real processes have physical limitations on the performance. So, physical limitations means the upper limits or how long a process may take a time and it work, right. For example, a computer data entry cannot be faster than the person can type. Because of company policies, there could be upper limits and how long a process may take. Do not ignore obvious limits or bonds that narrow the range of the input process. So, sometimes these upper limits will decide the input process, will give information about the properties of the input process. So, referring such a data, we can find out some initial values. And fourth one is the nature of the process, the description of distribution, that is the different family of the distributions can be used to justify a particular choice even when the no data are available, right. So, all these are what here the different ways the modeler can use for obtaining the data. Thank you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and also like, comment and share with your friends. Thank you.